and start that water heating. Now what does the water do when you heat it? It does what everything else does, it starts to expand. But with nowhere to go, it starts to compress that air pocket. Air is far more compressible than water. So as it rises up to the temperatures, 150 degrees, 170 degrees, 200 degrees, eventually it passes its own boiling point of 212 degrees, but doesn't boil, because liquid under pressure boils at much higher temperatures. Keep that in mind. Eventually it gets to around 300, 320 degrees. The pressure inside is pretty close to 330 pounds per square inch of pressure. And at that point, the air pocket almost doesn't exist. It can't be compressed anymore. And when it can't be compressed anymore, that's when the vessel itself undergoes what an engineer would call, and this is my favorite engineering term, a catastrophic failure. The bottom potato chips down about the speed of a 19th century cannonball. All of that water, 60, 70 gallons of it, meets atmospheric pressure and goes, dudes, we need to be boiling right now! And it flashes to steam in this long, slow, gut-wrenching sort of thud that you feel for, it is like falling in love. Nothing like it. We wanted you to get a little bit of an experience about what this is like. We are not going to be blowing up a water heater on stage. Oh, yeah, really? Seriously? It'd be like all you read about in this town for a decade. The time those Mythbusters showed up and killed the first 5 rows. You really don't want, I mean, maybe in the back you want us to do it. Are you guys going to take that? Okay. The next best thing. Our friends at Dolby Labs in San Francisco took some of our favorite explosions and they optimized the sound for our sound system. They goose the low end, and Al is going to tune it up so you feel it in your belly. Are you ready? Yeah. Let's play the video.
Bye-bye.
It. I truly hope you never experience it. In a couple of, our phone book writers are done. Phone book shufflers standing in there. Thank you so much.
Looks like a perfect job.
It is a perfect job. We have a couple of gifts for you. Not the least of which being that you can actually watch the show from the audience now. Here's some signed pictures and some hats. Please give these guys a hand. All right, it is the Q&A portion for Mr. Jamie. You'll be able to ask questions directly of him, but allow me to introduce him. I first met Jamie over 20 years ago, in early 1993. He hired me out of the San Francisco theater industry to work in commercials and special effects. So he's been my boss. He has been my nemesis. He has been my partner in many crimes, although in our defense we call the police first. He is my foil, and he's also the only human to whom I trust my life every single day. Please direct your questions to Jamie.
I see a young man all the way up there. Yes, t-shirt. What's that? If I can escape from Alcatraz using the plumbing in my toilet or sink? Well, gee, I guess. I'll try that next time I'm imprisoned in Alcatraz. How about another one? Yes, sir. Has anyone ever been injured filming the show? Yes, and we have had, the worst injuries that we have had have been broken fingers while handling our safety equipment. Seriously. Those glass panels that we have, those are about, they're just shy of 200 pounds, and you know, if you get them moving, you get your fingers in between there, you'll break them. And Adam is still recovering from one of his knuckles on that. He was number 3. And so we're proud of that. I mean, given what we have done over the years, you know, all the explosives and high-powered weapons and car crashes, I mean, the definition of what we're doing is often replicating circumstances where people got maimed or killed. And so you've got to figure that sooner or later your number's going to be up doing that kind of thing. And we do kind of feel that way, but it's a weird thing because at the same time, the longer that we do it, the better of a sense we have as to how to keep ourselves safe. In particular, in the early days, we had a number of close calls, and we paid very careful attention to it. And that's kind of the secret. I mean, if something happens, if we see something that doesn't feel right, and you know, Adam and I kind of have a pact where it's like, you know, if either of us feels like pulling the plug, or as we say, if I feel like running, I'm going to run. And you know, we stick by that, and so far everybody has been kept quite safe. Thank you.